You're watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather. WAND News at 4 starts now.
Several breaking stories to get to first at 4. Governor Pritzker just announced 2 major enforcement actions being taken by Illinois State Police. One focusing on protecting the election, the second on enforcing COVID regulations. Also just announced within the hour, Illinois High School Association going against the state's guidance. They are now allowing basketball to be played. More on that in just minutes, but we want to start with Illinois State Police beefing up patrols. The governor says it is in an effort to protect the election and COVID-19 mitigations. Illinois State Police Director Brandon Kelly announced the new police details just over an hour ago. State police, local and federal election organizers are working together to share information, threats to the election integrity, voters, and election infrastructure. ISP will also conduct high visibility patrols throughout the state on Election Day. Kelly and the governor also says ISP will now be taking action against businesses who don't follow COVID-19 restrictions. ISP also issuing tickets. They've stepped up patrols in 37 counties. Enforcement is focused on compliance from businesses, not individuals. Enforcement is to make sure businesses are requiring masks and social distancing. Verbal warnings, written warnings, and then misdemeanor citations will be issued to businesses if they refuse to follow compliance.
Let me be clear. No one is arrested. The governor and no one in law enforcement has ever suggested that as a possibility in the circumstance where a misdemeanor citation has been issued. It's where the emergency rule requirements for masking and social distancing have been outright and openly violated by the wait staff, cooks, business owners, and others refusing to respect or observe these basic safety measures.
Also breaking today, all central Illinois regions could see new COVID-19 restrictions by the end of the week. In order to face new mitigations or restriction, a region must have an 8% or higher positivity rate for 3 consecutive days. Both Region 6, which includes Macon and Champaign counties, and Region 3, including Sangamon County, now have a 7-day rolling positivity rate over that. This is Region 6's first day and Region 3's second. Also announced today, Region 9, including Lake and McHenry counties, will see stricter mitigations. The region has a positivity rate of almost 8.5%, and an average COVID-related hospital admissions are 3 times as high as in mid-September.
I have always maintained enormous faith in the people of Illinois to do what's right for each other. Our state government has always relied first and foremost on educating people about the dangers of the virus and about the rules to maintain public health.
8 of the 11 total regions will have mitigations in full effect by Saturday. We have some more breaking news now. The IHSA is allowing basketball this winter sports season. This announcement comes after Governor Pritzker announced basketball was moved to the high-risk category, should be put on hold. The IHSA Board of Directors voted to go against the state's guidance. Practices for basketball will start November 16th, while games can start on November 30th. Wrestling is being moved to the summer season, while all low-risk sports are a go. Illinois now has the biggest one-day spike in COVID-19 cases. State health officials announcing 6,100 new cases, 51 more deaths. The positivity rate is now over 6.5%. WAND News is tracking new cases as they come into the newsroom. To see the latest local cases, including hospitalizations and recoveries, visit WANDTV.com. Happening right now, we are tracking Hurricane Zeta, set to make landfall in Louisiana anytime. It is the 6th major hurricane to threaten the Gulf Coast. Millions now bracing for impact. Restaurants are closing yet again. Winds, heavy rain, even tornadoes are all possibilities. And it's not all certain that it will be the last storm of 2020.
Another one. I hate to say it's comical, but it's another one, really. It's October 28th. It's not supposed to have a storm. We're not supposed to have a hurricane. We're not supposed to have anything.
There have been 27 tropical storms in the Atlantic so far this year. Meteorologist Casey Rigner joins us now. Casey, he said it best, another one?
Yes, another one.
A recall alert now. Volkswagen recalling more than 218,000 Jetta sedans to fix a fuel leak problem that can cause fires. The recall covers certain cars from the 2016 through 2018 model years. Volkswagen says it's not aware of any fires or injuries. Decision 2020 well underway. We are now 6 days away from Election Day. County clerks preparing with some polling places, seeing lines out the door. WNE's Karen Eisert live at the Macon County Clerk's office to break down what voters should know. Hi, Karen.
Chris, whether it's mail-in voting or in-person voting, county clerks have their hands full this election. If you haven't already, early voting is open, but a lot of people might be waiting till Election Day. However, some county clerks are saying that voting early might be the best option.
Well, definitely, like every other county, it's increased. We've seen a steady flow of people coming in to vote.
Lines out the door at polling places across central Illinois. The 2020 election seeing an increase in early voting in person and by mail.
We knew that it was going to be increasing because at the presidential election, we always have an increased number of voters, always do.
In Vermilion County, County Clerk Kathy Jenkins says they weren't quite sure how many people would head to the polls, but over the past few weeks, they've seen thousands cast their vote.
But we've got all the processes in place, and it's very smooth, but it definitely was more than what we anticipated initially.
Over in Logan County, County Clerk Teresa Moore says they've seen over 1,500 early voters.
We kind of expected it. We planned for it with the COVID.
COVID-19 has polling locations operating differently now, with plexiglass surrounding election judges and sanitizers used in voting booths.
I have totes in the garage back here of disinfectant wipes, any wipe or cleaner that you can imagine, I have it.
With Election Day around the corner, county clerks are recommending voting early because of the pandemic.
We've had a couple people call this week and say, I'm quarantined. I've tested positive, or a family member is, so just to make sure that you can vote. But if you want to go to your polling place, we're perfectly prepared for that also.
An election like any other as counties prepare and anticipate November 3rd.
So say that you're one of those people that requested a mail-in ballot, but now you want to vote in person. Well, you can still do that. You just have to take that mail-in ballot to your polling location to surrender it. Reporting live in Decatur, Karen Eisert, WAND News.
A lot of good information. Thank you, Karen. And some of you might be wondering if it's possible to change your vote. Google Trends shows the phrase, "Can I change my vote?" peaked in searches yesterday. In Illinois, you cannot change your vote, but if you requested a mail-in ballot, you can surrender it at your polling place to be voided and then receive a regular ballot. Buzzing up a storm in just 3 minutes, a local family competing in a nationwide Halloween contest.